Yeah. Man. Hmm.
Test,
And
test.
you didn't
Alright,
change
there we
anything.
go. Nope.
Weird.
But alright, it seems like it's picking me up. Seems like it's picking you up. Seems like it's picking up the game. Let me just quickly check on my phone to make sure the audio is okay. Alright, I think I might be a little bit loud, so let me just lower myself. Hello, Twin. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. Okie dokie. Please let us know if anything seems out of whack in terms of balance. A lot of my stuff got reset from some reason, so I had to just very quickly try and put it all back together. Alrighty. So, in Mindor's terms, it's like copying data from a Vista computer to a Min-95 computer. But yes, hello, mis cielitos. Welcome back. Coco is here with Binks, and we are continuing Steins Gate. And as usual, we had a little bit of scuff. Mindor is fictional, the most widely used operating system in the world.
Data created with the latest OS might not work on an older OS. It might cause errors. For example, if you sent your current memories to yourself in elementary school, the gap between your memories and your body could have serious consequences.
Anyway, is it correct to assume that we'll be targeting ourselves in the past? Kurisu nods at my question.
Just like with D-mail, we're using cell phones as the transfer medium. To be precise, you can only leap into your own body, and only if you had a cell phone at the time of reception.
There was an exception in Nukako's case, where we sent a D-mail to a pager, but that doesn't apply to time leaping.
If you try sending memories to someone else, how do I put this? There's a danger that the electrical signals might be rejected.
Wouldn't want to jump into someone else's body. I mean, unless it's the body of a cute girl.
Pervert.
Is this guy capable of a non-perverted thought?
Don't me, you idiot. If it just bounces off, that's fine. But I'm worried incompatible memory data might do serious damage to the recipient's psyche. I don't know what might happen. No one's done it before, after all.
That makes us pioneers. I like it.
There are two things I do know. One, you definitely cannot go back before you were born. And two, you won't exist in two places at once. That means you don't have to worry about causing a paradox. You can't kill your parents before you were born.
So, the phones act like black and white holes. It seems like a strange coincidence that cell phones would be the medium of time travel. But really, could it have been anything else? These days, people wear their phones like a second skin. No other medium could reliably deliver the memories to their intended target. The more I think about it, the more I realize that this was meant to be.
Ah, be still my heart. The laugh.
I whip out my phone and place it to my ear. It's me. Everything is falling into place. The plan can now proceed to the final stage. I'm talking about Operation Vathandi, obviously.
Ah, it's a Chuni term, Verthandi, the second of the three Norns, sister goddesses of fate in Norse mythology. The three sisters tend the world tree, Yggdrasil, whose roots lie in Urd's fountain. Verthandi is the Norn of the present, popularized in Japan by a certain goddess manga.
I never read it, but I know of it. The characters were very cute.
Aw.
Oh My Goddess, I believe it was called.
Ah.
Christina had me fooled. I never knew she was capable of this. It must have been the choice of Steins Gate that sent her here. Don't worry. I have everything under control. Nothing can stop us now. El Sai Kongru. I put away my phone and turned to Kurisu. Were you listening? Good. Commence preparations for Operation Vathandi.
First, explain what that is.
We're going to build your time leap machine, Christina, and you'd better not say it can't be done. Not after showing me the way.
Well, this is Akihabara. I should be able to find the parts I need.
Then it's decided. I'm placing you in charge of this operation. Whatever you need, ask, and it shall be yours. Together, we shall complete the first time leap machine in human history. Kurisu nods. Her eyes are shining with a fierce, hungry light. As I thought, she's a scientist to the core. Kurisu and Daru go home, leaving me with Mayuri. I thought she was hard at work on her costume, but when I look, I find her staring at the wall. Her hands have stopped moving. Mayuri, you're not going home. She usually doesn't stay this late. Her parents might be worried.
I was thinking about what Ocarina and Chris-chan were talking about earlier. I was trying to figure out what the things you said meant, but it was all so complicated. I didn't get any of it. The only thing I get is that something amazing is gonna happen.
Indeed, the world is about to change, and we shall be the ones to lead humanity into the future.
You're shining, Ocarine.
Shining? What does that mean?
You're shining. Chris-chan too. Like two bright stars in the sky.
That must be my aura of madness you're sensing.
You know, it's been 10 days since Chris-chan joined us. Can I tell you how I've been feeling? Oh, the love. Since Chris-chan became a lab mem, it feels like things have really started to happen. Like we're a real lab now, you know?
Yeah, back when it was just you and Itaru, like, what the fuck was even happening?
I must admit, her knowledge has been a great asset. Of course, the girl genius would never have joined us if not for the cunning of Hyoin Kyoma.
That's why you're shining so bright now, Okarin. Christian is really a big help to you, I know. But I can't do anything to help.
Mayuri looks depressed.
No, who do I have to kill? I wish I were smart too. Then maybe I could help.
You're the one who has the wisdom, Mayuri. Makisa
You know
has
that
the...
food matters.
Yes, you don't waste food. Mayuri has the wisdom stat, and Makisa has the intelligence stat.
Yes.
Mayuri. She's never expressed such sentiments before. Is she jealous of Kurisu's talents? Is there competition brewing in the lab?
No, no competition. You must love each other.
They're gonna hold hands.
Yes.
I sigh and walk to the window. I can't see many stars in the sky. Mayuri, aren't you going to look at the stars? Mayuri comes up beside me. We lean out the window together. It's only 9 p.m., but Akiba is already still and silent, save for the occasional car trundling by.
Back when the lab just started, before Daru-kun joined, it was like this a lot, wasn't it? All quiet, just the two of us.
Yeah, it was. Daru joined in early May. Before that, he was unwilling to join no matter how I tried to convince him. Then he learned that the lab was just 3 minutes away from Mei Queen Nyan, and suddenly he was all, "Future Gadgets Lab, hell yeah!" But for about a month and a half after the lab's founding, it was just me and Mayuri all alone.
Can Mayushi stay here? Is it really okay?
Mayuri looks at me with uncertainty in her eyes. I meet her gaze firmly, then bop her lightly on the head. Don't be ridiculous. All you need to do is stay.
Just stay?
Without you, the lab would be a much less friendly place. You see how Kurisu and I argue. We can be pretty stubborn, and sometimes we don't know when to stop. But when it starts to get out of hand, Mayuri, you're always there with some ditzy irrelevant comments to break the tension.
Wow. Was a nice way of
started,
putting it.
right, you started out good. Karin, and then...
Typical Okarin. Are you praising me or insulting me, you bastard?
Both. Of course I am. Don't worry about a thing. Just know that you, too, are part of my plan.
Okay. Thanks, Okarin.
Mayuri smiles in relief. And then her stomach rumbles. That sounded like he was about to hurl.
I'm starving. I'll warm up some canned Odin. You want some too?
Yeah, heat it up.
Coming right up.
Soon we are chowing down on piping hot Odin.
I'm jealous.
The next day, Mayuri and I go shopping at Radicon. We have a list written by Kurisu of parts for the time leaf machine. Naturally, I'm paying for everything out of my own pocket.
Are your parents rich or something?
I have no idea. I mean, he hasn't mentioned having a job, so I guess
Right?
Kurisu and Daru have already started work on the upgrade. At least I can't remember him mentioning a job. Apparently, the conversion of memories into digital data requires software developed at Kurisu's lab in America. She can download that software from their dedicated server. But that's not the only thing we need. There's also some kind of brain-scanning headgear that we're going to have to make ourselves. Incidentally, I have to pay extra close attention to make sure Mayuri doesn't wander off while we're shopping. If she sees some random store that interests her, she'll literally stop and stare at it for hours. I keep walking, of course, and only later realize that she's not behind me. Then I have to run from store to store looking for her. This must be how parents of small children feel.
Then you should hold her hand.
Anyway, this is nothing new. Mayuri has always been like this. I'm begging you, stick with me. If you get lost in this labyrinth of technology, you'll never escape. Not with your sense of direction.
Okie dokie. I'll be careful. By the way, how is time leaping different from time travel?
Did she really hear what I just said about not wandering off? Besides, Kurisu already explained the difference yesterday. Time travel means your whole body travels through time. The time leap will only send your memories to the past. It's simple. Just memories. No personality or consciousness included. Although Kurisu did mention that there was no way to be sure what happened to your consciousness.
Oh. Does that mean you can do things with time leaps that you can't do with D-mails?
D-mails can only send instructions to the past. The past may change or it may not. The results are unpredictable and depend on the recipient. And when the past does change, the world line is reconfigured. Everyone loses their old memories. I am the exception thanks to reading Steiner. With a time leap, on the other hand, you can give your past self not just instructions, but all of the memories you have right now. Or at least that's the idea. We won't know for sure if it works until the machine is built.
So I could send the costume I'm making back to last week? I would love to have another week to prepare for Komima.
That might be possible with time travel, but not with time leaping. Say you had a test last week. Now that you know the answers, you could send that knowledge to yourself and ace the test. But you couldn't go back and hand yourself a cheat sheet.
So Mayushi's mind goes into Mayushi 1 week ago.
Exactly. While this conversation has been going on, I've been steadily purchasing items from Kurisu's shopping list.
You can't bring stuff, but you can bring your memories. I get it. But then what about Mayushi 1 week ago? Where do her memories go?
I assume they get overwritten. We haven't tested it, though, so there's no way to be sure.
She disappears?
Well, that's a frightening way to think about it.
Yep.
Your memories right now include your memories from back then, so even if she does disappear, you don't really lose anything. I guess you could just say you're adding memories from 1 week in the future.
Then if Mayushi's memories leap into the Mayushi 1 week ago, what happens to Mayushi now?
Mayuri's asking some pretty philosophical questions today.
Questions you should be asking anyway.
Yep. But I guess anyone would ask the same.
Mayushi's memories jump to the past, but my body's still here, right? What happens to me when my memories go bye-bye?
See, that's another scary way to think about it, because like I sort of assumed it would just be a copy of the memories,
Right.
but the aspect of just the memories point blank leaving you means, I mean, you would essentially have the whole kit and caboodle when it comes to amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
Would that include your basic
Empty
functions?
husk. Right?
You'd pretty much become a husk, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I can't wait until you get to play a certain game. I'm getting triggered by all of this right now because I'm like vibrating excitedly for Coco to get to it.
I know we briefly talked about this before, but yeah, if this stuff interests you, definitely watch an LP of Soma.
Yes.
You become an empty shell. No, that can't be right. That wouldn't make sense. My assistance device merely records your memory data. In other words, it's just a backup. Your original memories are still inside you. Okay, so yeah, we were right about that.
Dodge a bullet.
Dodge one bullet and 3 others come from nowhere.
Right?
Nothing inside the brain is lost. You don't become an empty shell. Or husk, as you put it, Coco. Besides, neither personality nor consciousness is transferred to begin with. Your body shouldn't become an empty shell, and your consciousness shouldn't leap either. No, wait. There's another issue here. Actually, won't you become a new Mayuri? One who received memories from the future one... from the future 1 week ago?
Yeah.
Not that anybody, including me, would be able to tell the difference.
Then, does the Mayushi who had the normal memories before the time leap get erased by the Mayushi who repeated the week with extra memories?
Or maybe just a different timeline is formed?
Mm.
Or a world line? This is getting complicated. That's right. She's erased. In other words, you relive the week. You could do things the same, or you could do something completely different. And you'll keep your old memories of the week that disappeared.
Then, does that mean...
The questions keep coming. She's trying hard to understand in her own ditzy way.
So I redo the week. Okay. But what if I decide to go to Ikebukuro with my friends instead of coming to the lab today?
Mm.
What happens to the Mayushi talking with Okarin now?
She disappears.
The present would change to match the past, and this conversation would never happen.
Oh, and you wouldn't know the difference? Or you wouldn't notice the difference, Okarin?
Right. No one would notice.
That would be kinda sad.
For who? Me?
No, for Mayushi.
I don't get what she means.
Maybe that's why Christian doesn't want to change the past.
She nods to herself with a bright smile. It's kind of sad what you're experiencing, Okarin, having all these memories, but you're the only one who has lived them, so no one can really fully understand what you're going through.
Mm-hmm. She has more emotional intelligence than he does.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought of something. Can you time leap into the future?
Maybe, but there wouldn't be a point. Kurisu and I reached that conclusion yesterday. The memories you send overwrite the memories at your destination. If you send your memories 1 week into the future, then the future you would lose 1 week of memories. The whole point of our time leap machine is to affect past events. We don't need to worry about the future. Besides, you're less likely to reach the future than you are the past. And that's because the future is inherently unpredictable. For example, do you think you'll have the same phone number for all eternity?
How should I know?
Exactly my point. And remember, pagers became obsolete with the advent of cell phones. Similarly, our phones may be replaced by some other device in the future.
I'm okay with a watch, but anything else would be weird.
In order for the time leap to succeed, the target you must have a phone whose number you know.
Remember when they were gonna make our glasses like the new phone?
Oh. I don't think I...
The Google glasses? You didn't hear of those?
No.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
essentially
that was
we're
the
gonna have
thing.
a dental coil situation.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when I saw that show. I was like, oh, like Google glasses.
I completely missed that. That or I forgot and didn't care enough.
Yeah, that was a dead project. It was interesting but weird, you know?
Yeah. A world of Omega Man.
Yes.
Oh. I'm gonna have to look that up then. Look at that. As long as that condition is met, there should never be a problem with setting the destination. The real problem is what inside the phone wave name subject to change is acting as the lifter. Until we figure that out, we can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon at will. The phone wave will remain incomplete. On the other hand, if we can figure it out, we'll have an endless source of electrons that, unlike CERN's, need no turning. I'm exhilarated. The phone wave is evolving by the day. Our invention of the time leap machine will put us light years ahead of CERN. Time travel will finally become a reality. I can't wait to try it out. My soul yearns for the taste of chaos. I barely managed to keep from bursting out in mad laughter. Come to think of it, more than 1 week has passed since we sent the first email, and although there was that strange threatening email, well, more than one, there remains no sign of Men in Black coming to haul us away. According to Daru, CERN hasn't discovered our hacking either. The next problem is what will happen when we use the time leap machine. In order to compress a human's entire wealth of memory into the requisite 36 bytes, we have to borrow the LHC's black hole. I can't believe that CERN won't notice an unauthorized activation of the LHC. How do we keep them from finding us? We need a plan.
It's such a dangerous idea.
Oh, I guess I can't go back to grade school, can I? I didn't have a phone back then.
Mayuri's still talking about the time leap. You want to go back to your elementary school days? I know exactly how you feel. If you repeat elementary school with the knowledge you have now, you'll get top grades and have an easy time bending children to your will.
Yeah, and I thought maybe I could see Grandma again.
I see. I'm afraid that's not possible. Mayuri's grandmother passed away when Mayuri was in elementary school.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I guess I don't really need to see her. I still remember her words, her smile, and her wrinkly hand patting my head.
Cinnamon roll too good for this world.
Aw.
So even if I don't see her again, I'm okay. What I really want is to see little Ocarina again.
Oh, can you imagine? Was he like a super Chuny back then?
That would
Which
be
is
cute.
weird because Chuny's like, you know, an older person acting like a younger person. But are you a Chuny if you're still young?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because with children, it's just like, oh yeah, of course they play pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I was already a scientist without equal, a titan towering above the other children. You can hardly be blamed for desiring to meet the child prodigy who would one day be feared as a great mad scientist, Yoin Kyoma. Damn.
There, bird.
I want to meet Ocarina.
I am Hyoin Kyoma. Always have been. Always will be. My Yori just doesn't get it.
He's really butthurt right now.
So I disregard her comment. Anyway, there's no point. You haven't matured at all since that time, so nothing would change if you went back to elementary school anyway.
Hey, that's not true. Mayushi's all grown up now. I ate enough food.
Even though someone was always trying to steal my food.
Right? It's always the potatoes.
The only thing that's grown is how much you eat. What? And
I'm glad he didn't say it out loud, but he still deserves to get slapped.
right. And your breast size.
That's not true. I read your mind. Mayushi's a real woman now.
A real woman? I kind of want to know the details, but she probably doesn't know what she's talking about.
Pervert.
Besides, I think Ocarina's the one who hasn't changed since then.
Hello, Marco. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Marco.
Isn't that what I said? I was already a genius mad scientist when you met me. The shopkeeper shoots me a glare.
He's probably been listening this whole time. He's like, this dude's a total jackass.
Right? Yep. I guess this isn't the best place for maniacal laughter. Better get those parts and head back to the lab.
I wonder what it would be like in real life to hear someone walking around laughing like that for real.
I think the one memory I will always have of one of the most dramatic things I've seen just casually in passing was... I think it was in 8th grade. I was part of the chorus in my school, and we went to Michigan, somewhere in Michigan, as just a sort of a trip, and we performed somewhere there. But we were doing a little practicing in this sort of park area, and somewhere across the street, we just hear a thud, and then some guy going, "No!" And it was just someone who had, I think they were trying to pull something out of their car and they just dropped it. It looked like a box where you carry baked stuff. So I think he dropped some baked goods.
Oh.
And we just look and he's practically like screaming at the sky.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, that's totally relatable though. I would have been like really upset too.
Yeah, yeah.
So he pulled the Darth Vader, right?
I can only assume so. Because you can't survive a tragedy like that.
But you know that meme, right? Where he's like, "No!" and it's him looking up all dramatic.
Yeah, it was that. We just heard him screaming, and it was like the entire chorus just turned simultaneously to look at him.
Probably the worst day of his life.
We've finished our shopping and come out in front of the station. By the way, Mayuri, have you not been working recently?
Working? You mean at Lemoyne?
Of course, Mei Queen Yan doesn't exist in the current wholesome Akiba.
Komima's coming up, so I'm taking a few days off. I've got costumes to make.
How many costumes are you making this year?
3. One for Kaede-chan, one for Fubuki-chan, and then there's one for Luka-chan.
Kaede. I wonder if Lukaku is still refusing to wear it. I can hardly blame her. I mean, however cute she looks, she's still a guy.
No.
Wait, no. That was before we sent the D-mail. Now Lukaku's a girl, I guess. How confusing.
Ah, it's Moeka-san.
Binks' heart goes pitter-patter.
What? I look where my Yuri's pointing and see Moeka squatting by the staircase, staring at her cell phone. I really love her outfit so much. I want to get one like it. I gotta see if there's just any sort of cosplay store that has it, and I'll just buy it and wear it casually.
Oh, if you could cosplay as her. Oh, with your hair down like that. Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Binks got too excited.
She looks more tired than the last time I saw her. There are bags under her eyes, and her hair is frayed. The intensity of her expression makes me hesitate to call out to her. She'll probably just ignore me like before. On the other hand, she is a lab mem. I can't just ignore her. Hey, finger! I have the long face, eh?
Do-do-do. Moeka-san, what are you doing here?
Moeka doesn't look up. She mutters something that I can't make out. Hey, are you listening? If you have a problem, the insane mad scientist Yoin Kyoma will gladly assist. But be warned, by the time I'm through, Akiba will be an ocean of blood. Moeka suddenly jerks upright as if poked with an electric prod. She lifts her head and stares at me with wide eyes, then jumps to her feet and walks right up to me. This is the first time I've seen Moeka express such emotion. What is it? What's wrong? She doesn't speak. That hasn't changed. Instead, she looks down and starts typing on her phone. Guess I should be ready for a mail.
The time machine. What happened to the time machine?
What do you mean, what happened?
Are you still using it? Did you figure out how it works?
We don't fully understand it yet. We're in the middle of upgrading it.
It's amazing. This time we might even be able to time leap.
What's a time leap? Tell me more.
Don't write anything about it. Otherwise, we'll have to expel you from the lab. Moika shakes her head violently. Guess she won't write an article. Our hacking of CERN has uncovered a new possibility for the phone wave. It's a form of time travel made possible by borrowing CERN's equipment. This discovery will begin a new age of human civilization. No longer will men be slaves to time. Any future your desire can be yours. And history will record that we, the future Gadget Laboratory, changed the world forever.
Ocarine, that was really confusing. You lost Mayushi.
How can you not be moved by my speech? I'm talking about becoming legends here. Moika bites her lip and types out a mail in irritation. Then she grabs my arm and digs in her fingernails. It hurts.
She finally got fed up with him.
Unhand me! But Moeka does not listen.
What's a time leap?
The time leap is a way to send your memories to the past. We found a way to make that possible. Soon we will complete the time machine and become the undisputed lords of time.
Ocarine came up with the idea and Chris-chan told us how to do it. Darukun's helping and Mayushi and Ocarine are shopping.
Moika suddenly releases me. Her eyes are blank, unfocused. She squats down on the spot just as we found her. She seems entirely drained of energy and will.
What's going on, girl?
Are you okay, Moeka-san? Do you feel sick?
Wow, that's amazing. You've made a real breakthrough. Congratulations. When will it be finished? Something like the way she's acting doesn't match what she said.
I can't be sure. There are still several problems remaining. If they don't give us too much trouble, I guess we'll have it done in a week. On the other hand, we can't do anything until they're solved. Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. I have faith there exists a path to success. And once the door is opened, the chaos for which I have so longed shall at last descend upon the earth. Trumpets will sound from the highest heavens, and the final battle, Ragnarok, will begin.
Who are you fighting, Ocarine?
The organization, of course. Their rule must end once and for all.
Wow, don't do anything dangerous, okay?
Too late for that.
Oh, why does Mayuri insist on worrying about me? Oh? Moika's lips curve into a smile. Oh. She rises to her feet unsteadily, then staggers off into the crowd. It's like she's forgotten about us completely.
Hmm?
Mayuri and I can only watch her go. There's an indescribable aura about her that holds us back.
What do you think is wrong with Maleka-san?
She always seems very desperate, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned.
I've known she was kind of strange ever since I met her, but this? Maybe she's an escaped mental patient or something.
Rude.
Not that her insanity can possibly compare to mine.
Okay, at least he acknowledges it.
For I desire nothing less than total and absolute chaos.
I was kind of hoping you would be doing that when your mother's still there. She'd be like, what's wrong with you? Actually, I don't know. Would she say, "What? Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you?" Or would she just look at you weird?
I mean, she knows that she doesn't entirely understand it. She knows that I do something in terms of recording. But yeah, she'd probably give me a weird look at least.
Huh? Now Okarin's acting weird. Mayushi's worried.
Maybe you should be used to this, honey.
Mayushi looks scared, so I cease my maniacal laughter a few minutes earlier than I planned. Minutes? Afterwards, Mayuri and I go our separate ways. She apparently has to deliver a costume to our friend Fubuki. When I return to the lab with my spoils of war, something surprising, though not too surprising, come to think of it, catches my eye. Kurisu is on the computer. As soon as she notices I've returned, she quickly closes the window on the screen.
Was she reading fanfics? Hey, think you could knock?
This isn't your room. Besides, I'd have to be a fool to knock. There could be assassins lying in ambush.
Assassins? Here? Are you stupid?
Anyway, Christina, what were you looking at just now? I already know the answer, of course. I caught a glimpse of the screen before she closed it.
What made me happy today? Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan praised me for the cosplay I made them this time. I'm really happy.
Who? You never mentioned them before. You really like making costumes, huh? What made you so passionate about cosplay anyway?
I am curious about them. She probably did mention them, but...
I think she briefly just said that she was making costumes for them, but as far as we know, she's never spoken at length about them.
Yeah.
So first one?
Yeah. Might not be important, but oh well. I was doing research. Uh-huh. She's like, am I lesbian? Is it gay to like how your friend looks and her friend is female and you are also female?
Looks like he plans to continue this charade. I drop my bags and go to the computer.
Stay back.
I slip past Kurisu's blocking arms and restore the minimized window.
Ah. Boo.
Fucking Redditor.
Right.
Let me see. Sting, stop wasting our time with achievements. He thinks this is a fucking game. More. The Committee of 300. Isn't that some bullshit conspiracy theorists made up? It's a different story if they had some evidence, but all they did was just lump every conspiracy together. That's such chuny bullshit, it's unreal. I want FPS to drool into my eye until I faint? What?
Who's FPS? What?
Oh, God. I think I've seen that before, but let me see. It might just be an in-game thing. Serious reply. 9/11 Truther here. Look, the media released some of the culprits' photo portraits, and about half of them are confirmed to be living normal lives in other countries, meaning the culprits were using fake passports. So just who were the people on the planes then?
Really, Kurisu, reading that kind of garbage? Got a problem. Hey, what's with that? This is awful, raffle laughter.
Have no fear, Christina. Or should I call you @Channeler Chris?
Don't call me that.
I already knew. That's right! I realized long ago that you were an @Channeler. You can't hide it from me. You reek of @Channel corruption.
How rude. I make sure to apply light perfume every day. What?
Fool, that's not what I meant. I'm talking about the scent of your soul.
My soul? What's that supposed to mean? Explain.
Why? So you can learn how to hide it?
Shut up. Just explain already.
There's nothing to explain. You use @Channel memes in conversation. I'd have to be stupid not to notice.
Feels bad, man. Really, Kurisu?
That's an @Channel meme too.
Ugh.
Your soul is tainted with the essence of @Channel. You cannot hide it. Not in such close proximity to another who uses @Channel memes in casual conversation. Your souls resonate.
Oh, that reminds me of the embarrassing fact that I was a weeb in high school, and when we were on the train, me and my friend would have whole conversations, and half of our words would be random Japanese.
Aww.
Oh, so embarrassing.
It's okay. It's okay. We all have our
Oh.
dirty little secrets.
I cringe at the past me. Even like my old fanfics, sometimes I notice I would have random like Japanese like nani and stuff in there. I'm like, no. Why? Why?
Embrace your cringe so you can be free.
That's it. It's all Hashida's fault.
But it's cute how you try to hide it @Channeler Chris.
Don't call me that.
She glares at me hard. If looks could kill. She has no sense of humor at all. I should be more careful in the future. But I don't understand. You were raised in America, so are you so familiar with @Channel?
You can browse a channel from America. Need I say more?
Ah, I get it. Living in an English-only environment made you hungry for Japanese. But did you have to resort to @Channel? I mean, if you believe the pseudo-intellectuals in the media, browsing at channel is like reading scribbles on the bathroom wall.
Sure, it's not the friendliest place, but I couldn't find anywhere that felt more Japanese. Anyway, can I ask a favor?
What is it? Kurisu turns away and mumbles something. But her voice is low. I can't make it out. If you have something to say, say it. Kurisu turns bright red, but her sullen expression doesn't change.
Don't tell anyone else about this.
They know. What difference does it make? Daru's the most hardcore at-channeler who ever lived, and Mayuri's an otaku too. Even I browse at-channel regularly. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Just boldly write, hobbies, browsing at-channel on your resume.
Not a chance, you idiot.
What? You mean you'd rather post anchors or VIP? Anchor. To link to a specific post on a message board, usually as a reply. On @channel, this is done by typing lesser than post number. Sometimes people engage in anchor play, a game where a poster leaves a decision to whomever posts with the indicated post number, usually choosing 20 to 30 posts beforehand. For example, 1000 gets to name my firstborn.
VIP. @channel's Newsflash VIP board. Although ostensibly for the discussion of news stories, it is currently dominated by idle chat threads. Ugh, I hate myself for understanding those words.
Well, whatever. If it will help you focus on the time leak machine, I'll keep your secret for now. Besides, it's just a matter of time before you make another mistake and reveal your true colors.
You don't have to worry about me. Remember that I represented my entire laboratory when we presented our research, even though there were men twice my age on the project. I'm an expert at dealing with people. I'll have no trouble keeping it a secret.
Nullpo. An old at-channel term, first seen on the programming board in 2003. Nullpo is short for null pointer exception, which is an error seen in the Java programming language. When someone announces nullpo, the correct response is to smack them on the head and go ga and say ga. What?
What the hell?
Okay.
Japan and the internet are weird. Yeah. No!
Ran right into the trap.
Right?
Oh god, I still use oars.
I never have used it, but that's funny.
Kurisu's face gets even redder, and then she falls to her hands and knees in defeat. Oars. An ideograph depicting a person on all fours. O is the head, R is the arms and torso, and Z is the legs and feet. Typically used to express despair, dejection, or frustration. There's no set way to pronounce it. People may pronounce it as orts, ors, or ors. Hello, Ruben. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Just as I thought, a channel is in her blood and bones.
Instead of oars, I used to always write about people like, oh, they were depressed, so they had a mushroom growing out of their head.
Oh god, I remember those too. She doesn't have a prayer.
Or if they're embarrassed or something, they have like a
Sweat drop? Yep.
Ugh.
Huh? I told you before, remember? We met on an event, and now we're cosplay buddies. Kairi-chan is a university student studying the Sengoku period. She has a super nice figure.
Uh-huh, you just had to mention that. Mm.
Fubuki-chan is the same age as Mayushi and is kind of boyish, but she was really sexy last year in her Seira cosplay.
Ryushi, you're so sapphic, honey. You think there's a picture?
Yeah, there we go. Oh.
Oh.
Oh god, why are her nipples showing?
Is that the one that's boyish, but she made her sexy?
Maybe. Yes, indeed we are. She finally showed her hand. As night fell, we tried to activate the phone wave again, but as expected, the discharge did not occur. Mayuri is at her sewing machine, putting some finishing touches on a costume. She got back earlier this evening after delivering a different costume to her friend Fubuki-chan. She's been working on this costume ever since. Come to think of it, she usually heads home around 7 or 8, but today she's still hard at work. Mayuri, go home before it gets too late. Your parents will worry.
It's okay. I'm gonna stay the night.
Really? She's never done that before.
Yep, I already told Mom and Dad.
Are you staying to work on your costume?
It won't be done in time for Komima if I don't.
I'm surprised your parents let you stay. I've met her parents any number of times, and they're as ditzy as Mayuri.
Oh, I just imagine how cute the whole family would be.
Yeah. But still, I don't think they'd appreciate their underage daughter staying overnight in this dirty lab.
Maybe she lied and said she's staying with
Her girlfriend.
It must be my overwhelming charisma. No, wait, that makes me sound like a good person, so that can't be it. Ruben asks, we're trying to create the time leap machine right now. Yes, we just got through collecting some parts. Kurisu came up with the whole idea and has explained it. We got through that scene where we were collecting the parts, and so she's been working on it. Of course! Mayuri's parents are so afraid of my insanity that they sent me their only daughter as a hostage.
reported.
Kurisu calls out from the development room. She's been tinkering with the phone wave, but I guess she was listening.
What would you do if I called the cops on you?
Do it! I unleash my right arm on traitors, Christina.
Oh, I would love if Gumshoe comes and he's like, it's you again.
and then Okarin just gives him some food and he lets him off.
He's like, thanks, pal. I'm starving.
I haven't even been able to afford cup of noodles lately.
Oh. I could imagine how close Gumshoe and Mayuri would be because they love food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be such a cute friendship.
Yes. I wonder if there's crossover fanfics. I can't look because I'm sure there's spoilers, but damn. Yeah, Chunibyo. Whatever.
I told Mom and Dad that Chris-chan would be here. Then they said okay.
See, I knew she would use her girlfriend. Wait, so I have to stay too?
Ruben, no, you have to say names subject to change. It's part of the future Gadget Lab code. You know, you're right. You're right. I've been a bad lab mem.
She's been rebelling.
I've been trying to usurp Okarin.
Yeah? Don't you have to work on the phone, Wade?
Mayuri's also rebelling.
Yep. I guess, but I don't relish the thought of spending the night here. At least not with a certain somebody around. She wants to be left alone with Mayuri.
Environment matters, Christina. This is a place of science and research, so you should have no trouble concentrating on your work. Trust the great Yoin Hyoma. Also, it may surprise you to learn that I have equipped this lab with a system that stimulates brain function. So, if you were wondering where my incredible genius comes from, now you know. It's because I sleep in this room every night.
This stimulation system of yours? I assume it's been dumping toxic waste in your brain.
You sound like an environmentalist zombie.
Ah, Mayushi knows. You're talking about that, right?
Kurisu comes out of the development room to check on what Mayuri's pointing at.
This air freshener?
Okarin said the smell makes you smarter. He bought it at Akibao. When was that?
Ruben asks, what do you think of Okarin as a protagonist? Any change in your opinion of him, or still the same? So, for me, as I mentioned, I first watched the anime, and it was many years ago. So, part of my opinion is being influenced by that, and knowing what happens in the future, and also since you don't get as much insight into his, inner thoughts in the anime as you do in this visual novel, there's that. As much as I like dunking on him, I do love Okarin a lot. I will say there are some comments he has made here that are a little... that have, like, kind of bothered me, but I'm also sort of judging him from what I know of where he ends up, but I also find him hilarious. I do think that sometimes, his own, oh no, I gotta be the mad scientist, can kind of paint him in a certain light that he's not, but that's my thoughts. What about you, Binks, since you only have what you've experienced through the visual novel?
I think it's a lot like what you said, that overall I like making fun of him because he's an idiot, but I don't think he has bad intentions. He makes me laugh. He is pretty smart. But yeah, he's made some dumb comments that frustrate me. But overall, I don't mind him as a protagonist. I actually don't like his design, though. I really don't. I still feel like he looks too old, and I don't know, he just doesn't match how I imagine him when I'm, reading from his point of view. But it happens a lot in books, right? Like, you'll develop a mental image of a character, and then sometimes you'll see them on a cover or something, some other way of them being depicted officially, and you're like, oh, that's not how I imagined them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't mind him. I'm interested to see when the more dramatic stuff will happen. Like, I'm still waiting for more, like, of the Kurisu's murder stuff to be relevant again, because that is what really hooked me in the beginning, and I've been waiting for it to come back, you know?
Yeah. Still want to murder him for wasting food?
Yes. I think that was my number one, like, hey, how could he, how dare you?
Oh, that clip will live in my heart forever. About 6 months ago, it was on sale for 500 yen.
I'm starting to think even you don't believe the stuff you say. And besides, this air freshener is empty.
Komima, is Mayushi okay? Tell her to have fun at Komima for me. I don't think I can go this year, Nyan. I just don't have the energy, Nya. I'm completely burnt out. I can hear a voice shouting, "Get up, Joe!" Nyan, someone save me. The world is collapsing. Nya.
Wait, why Joe?
That's not like you. Pull yourself together. I need your help finding the IBN 5100. What happened? Is the organization attacking? You're messing with me again, aren't you? Stop making me worry. So which one do you like?
I don't know. Maybe the first one. Getting back to the point.
Ruben. Cool, yeah, he's pretty smart, but in the same room as Kurisu, even Dado, he looks dumber. But he does have importance to the lab. Yeah. Yeah, when I went to buy replacement packs, they'd already stopped selling them.
Well, whatever. I was planning to stay either way. I'll join you, my Yuri-san.
Really? That's great.
On one condition. Okabe leaves. Yeah! Ladies' night!
Me? Leave? I practically live here. This lab was promised to me by Steins Gate. It's the dwelling place of my soul.
We girls are staying here overnight, so you filthy boys need to show respect. Your home isn't even far from here, right? Is it? He has a home? Because I've been wondering all this time.
Okarin lives close to Mayushi in Ikebukuro.
Why, that's less than 30 minutes by train. Anyway, I'm not going to need your help tonight, so just go home like a good boy, okay?
Yes, ma'am. But I refuse.
What? Are you planning to molest us?
That's a bit of a leap.
Right?
Shut up, Mongolian spot.
I don't have a Mongolian spot. And when did you see my butt anyway, you pervert?
I can't leave two young girls here alone. Minors need guardians.
Isn't she the same age as him?
I think she's 1 year. I think she's 17 and Mayuri is 16.
But Okarin's a minor too.
Maybe anything under 21 is a minor?
Perhaps. Ruben, as someone who was also introduced to Steins Gate from the anime, I was so surprised how different Okabe and even Kurisu were as characters. Yeah, it really caught me off guard. That's why I kind of preface it with saying that I am very much being influenced by the anime, since I still sort of see that the anime Okarin is the one that still comes to mind immediately for me. Oh, okay. I'll be 20 in less than a year and a half. In other words, Steins Gate has decided that I'm an adult.
I'm pretty sure that makes you a minor, just like us.
Chris-chan, I don't think Okarin would do anything bad. He's only science sexual. I mean, we've been together for more than 10 years, and he hasn't molested me once.
Oh my god, Mayuri. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I just googled it, and this is interesting. The age of adulthood in Japan was lowered from 20 to 18 on April 1st, 2022. So yeah, when this game came out, it was 20. Okay.
Oh. But he took you hostage, didn't he?
Yep, Actually, I'm still his hostage, even though he lets me go and come when I want to.
We should kick him out of the room.
I
Go home to your parents for once.
sigh deeply and place a hand on my forehead. You disappoint me, Christina. This lab is a place of science.
See?
Yeah.
Science sexual.
We are above such petty concerns as sex. If you must speak of these vulgarities, then I'll have to ask you and your Mongolian spot to leave.
I can't believe it, but he reminds me of Senku.
Yeah. Looks like that was enough to convince Kurisu. She gives me a fine gesture as return to the development room. Ah, so Christina really does have a birthmark on her butt.
No. Get him with the book.
After working on the phone wave name subject to change for about an hour, I head to the convenience store to buy dinner. Daru hasn't shown his face at all today. He must be busy with that part-time job.
Oh, he got a job. Good for him.
I still don't know what he's doing exactly. Probably something that utilizes his super haka skills. I just hope he steers clear of the law. While walking, I skim at channel on my phone. Tighter hasn't shown up lately. I think it's been a week since his last appearance. I've been reluctant to contact him ever since he called me the Messiah in his last email.
Oh yeah, that was kind of weird.
That was about the same time he stopped posting. Now at channels, denizens are busy slandering Tighter. The majority opinion is that he ran away. I wonder where Tighter went. I tried emailing him the other day, but he hasn't replied. His disappearance is especially worrying now that I think he might be Suzuha's dad. I need to contact him somehow. Just then, a mail arrives. No sender name. The address is what I've seen once before. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Uh-oh.
You know
That's
too
scary.
much.
Very scary.
What the frick is that? Is that a doll? What?
I would assume so. It feels as if a cold hand stroked my spine. I hug myself, shuddering at the sight. I delete the email immediately.
No, you might need it for evidence or something, dude.
It's happening again. This is bad. Really bad. This is a threat. Was it set by the organization? By CERN? Does CERN know what we've been doing? Should I report it to the police? Wait, I can't. I just deleted it.
Like a fool.
And in any case, a picture alone probably isn't enough to get the police involved.
I think they should with that kind of picture.
It's hard to say, man. The way the rules the police have is nuts. Like, I have to fact check this, but I saw something in which reports of like even abuse, they have to have like a 48-hour waiting period before they can get involved.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and fact check that out now. It was from the movie Belle. Let's see.
And like missing persons, I know a lot of times they have that rule too. Like they have to wait a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's not just a Japanese thing, but you see so many cases in which there are these regulations that they have to follow. Let's see. Alright, so there's this interesting article here. It says, a large majority of Japanese municipalities are struggling to confirm children's safety within 48 hours due to a recent surge in number of abuse reports, a Kyoto News survey showed Tuesday. Let me check the date of this article. This was from 2019. It is found that more than 80% of 69 major municipalities across the country with child welfare centers have not always followed the guidelines set by the government 1 year ago, requiring them to verify child abuse reports within the time frame. Okay, so it's that they're only allowed 48 hours? That is bizarre. The government has been stepping up efforts to increase interventions by the welfare centers, but the outcome of the survey conducted in June suggests that the facilities do not have enough human resources at their disposal to deal with the increasing reports of suspected child abuse. Still, maybe I should talk to someone. But who? Not the girls. I can't worry them with this. I mean, they're involved. They should know. I'm the adult here, after all. What about Moeka? No, she may be a lab mem, but she's been acting weird lately. Ruben says, read Higurashi. That's one that I absolutely want to get to at some point. The creator was a former social worker / civil servant, and a plot point in one of the arcs deals with abuse and the struggle to get the child service institution involved. It's a very sad situation. And, like, I'm not gonna be here judging since I'm uneducated on the matter, and I'm sure the people who are actually part of, you know, child service protection are doing what they can, but it's from an outside perspective, it's really baffling.
Yeah.
Even if I tell her about this, she won't be of any use. Suzuha has her father to worry about. I guess that leaves Daru. I need to find out whether CERN has discovered our hacking. What would CERN do if they did not find out? What would CERN do if they did find out, I wonder? They wouldn't have us killed, would they? Despite my efforts to convince myself that this is just a prank, my feet hurry me back to the lab. I burst into the lab, gasping for air, and quickly lock the door behind me. Finally, I catch my breath. But just then, I realize that something's wrong. Mayuri and Kurisu aren't here. Did they go home? No, their bags are still here. The lights are still on. The door. When I entered just now, it was unlocked. Would they be so careless? The memory of that threatening email fills me with fear. Don't tell me. Were they kidnapped? Who took them? The organization? CERN? And then I hear a noise. Is that the shower? The lab has a shower inside the dressing room.
They really should have locked the door.
Yeah. There's no bath. We can't afford such luxuries, and it's too small to fit more than one person inside. Now I hear the sound of water running. I recall the famous scene from Hitchcock's Psycho. No! Fresh blood, mixing into the water and flowing down the drain.
All this is gonna lead to is a, oh, you're a pervert thing.
I think so, yeah. Like, in this instant, I can't blame him, but if that is what it is, I'm gonna be writers. Come on.
Like, come on, is that necessary? Plus, look at it. He's imagining both of them there together, taking a shower, naked.
The corpses of two girls sprawled out naked on the tile. The second those images flashed through my head, I slam open the door to the shower room. Is everyone okay? Am I... Well, no, I think YouTube isn't as strict about this, and I'm sure they won't show anything too bad. But if this was Twitch, I'd be worried. Oh god, of course.
Oh! Oh my, they are together. Oh boy. Yeah, what are you doing?
Karin!
Through the steam, I see the wet, naked bodies of the two girls. Mayuri squats down while Kurisu bashfully twists her body, trying desperately to hide her unmentionables.
I would have turned around. I'd rather show my butt cheeks than anything else.
Like, this is an instant in which I'm not blaming the character. If I was in his situation, I wouldn't be thinking clearly either. But the writers, come on.
Right.
Are their faces red because of the heat, or... Oh, you're still alive.
Just walk right now. What are you doing just standing there?
I wipe the cold sweat off my bro and sigh deeply.
Bruh.
Don't scare me like that! What are you guys doing packed into that tiny shower anyway? Kurisu shoots me a deadly glare.
Get out, you perv.
Whoa! I dodge a bar of soap aimed at my face, then quickly flee the dressing room. Well, I suppose that was all my fault.
And why didn't you guys lock the door?
Mayushi's sad. I feel kinda dirty.
You're sad because your private time with her was interrupted, I know. You're gonna regret this. I'll never forgive you.
Damn it, it was just a small misunderstanding.
I have to give him props. He's not even being pervy about it. Like, he's not like, oh, their bodies, ooh, you know?
Yeah.
He's still an idiot.
I mean, why the hell did they decide to take a shower together when they knew I was coming right back? It's like they wanted to be seen. Kurisu especially, after all that talk about not wanting to spend the night with me around, she sure dropped her guard awfully fast. She trusted you.
She thought you had common sense to not open the door. You could have called through the door, hey, you guys okay in there?
They're just lucky it was me who walked in on them. What if it had been the organization? They need to get serious. We're fighting for our lives here. By the way, I didn't see a Mongolian spot on Kurisu's butt. Naturally.
How could you? I thought she was facing you. I didn't see her butt. What are you talking about?
Anyway, how much longer are they going to shower? Looking at the clock, it's already been more than 15 minutes since I got back.
Oh my.
They were yelling at me a few minutes ago, but now I hear laughter and happy squeals coming from the shower room.
They're making it too easy, y'all.
Sounds like they're having a good time. They get along almost like girlfriends.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that sister shit.
Wow, Chris-chan, you're so slim.
But Mayuri, your breasts are so big, I'm jealous.
Is that him imagining it, or... Oh yeah, that's it. They're checking each other out, aren't they?
He ships it too. Yes!
In my head, I call up the memory of what I saw in the shower. Wet hair, beads of water glistening on their soapy skin. Round, full treasures hidden by conveniently placed feet.
Okay, I gave him too much credit earlier.
I put my phone to my ear. It's me. We have a problem. I'm under attack from the Mongolian spot and Ditzy sisters. They're going directly after my sanity. A bold move against the insane mad scientist Yoin Kyoma.
What sanity?
This is the strongest offensive I've encountered so far. I realize now that vulnerability itself can be a powerful weapon. They're pulling out all the stops, and I don't think my hands can take it.
Oh my god! Bruh.
Give in to the temptation. Nonsense. I could never do that. They're fellow lab members, my loyal assistant, and my childhood friend.
I'm science sexual, damn it.
Must I? Is it truly the will of Steins gate that I give in? That I raise my hand against my closest companions? If so, then how cruel the fates be. El Sai Congru.
So extra.
After a moment to collect myself, I put away my phone. I need some air. Two days have passed since Kurisu Mayuri came to stay. During that time, Daro and I have done our best to support Kurisu's work on the phone wave named subject to change. According to Daru, it should be easy to use the LHC to generate black holes for our use. The black holes form at the proton collision point, where the lifter is installed, and exist for only a few seconds before evaporating. During those few seconds, CERN throws a human into the singularity. We'll use those few seconds too. The gravity of the black hole compresses matter to infinite density. CERN uses the lifter to keep the compression under control, but we don't want that. We're going to dial CERN's lifter down. Not so much that it endangers the world, of course, but enough to compress our memory data to under 36 bytes. Daru has been coding the necessary program. As for me, I've been searching for our lifter, the unknown device that pumps electrons into the phone wave named subject to change, and keeps our black hole open. Kurisu couldn't find anything that could serve as a lifter inside the microwave, so it must be something on the outside. We're not sure what that could be, and so far we have no idea where to start looking. Yesterday I consulted Daru about that threatening email. But Daru insisted that there was no way CERN could have discovered his hacking yet. Of course, I had him make doubly sure we hadn't been tracked. His tests came back clean. I understand he's confident in his skills, and I trust him. If Daru says they haven't found out, then they haven't. But somehow, knowing that does not ease my anxiety. You still gotta question then, what is it? Where is it coming from? What are they?
Mm-hmm. What's with this dramatic music now?
Aw, thank you so much for coming on by, Ruben, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Summer plans. Have you gone to any festivals or fireworks shows this summer? Maybe you have plans to go with my Yuri-chan later. P.S. I did 22 practice swings with Samidare.
No, too crowded. I've been chased by the organization, remember? The last thing I need is a knife in the back. I don't know Mayuri's plan, but I'm pretty sure she's busy preparing for a different sort of festival soon to take place in Ariake.
Maybe the second one?
It's Friday, and although we still haven't solved the lifter problem, Kurisu is just about done with the time leap machine. Naturally, that means it's time for her to give me something else to worry about.
For the final adjustments, we need to use the phone wave.
I groan. In other words, we have to cause the electrical discharge phenomenon. There's a risk involved. A risk called Mr. Brown. As we know, the discharge phenomenon causes the entire building to shake. Last time Mr. Brown threatened to raise our rent if it happened again. Kurisu and Daru look at me. It's up to you, Ocarina.
Take care of it.
In other words, you're sending me to die.
Your sacrifice will allow us to complete the time leap machine.
Besides, you're always the one who talks to the boss for us. Well, maybe it's time for you to put your lives on the line.
I can't. That girl who works there hates me.
Fine. But hear this, I will not die. Like the immortal Phoenix, I will return no matter how many times it takes. With that said, I head down to handle things with Mr. Brown.
Don't die, okay?
No promises. As I pass through the lounge, Mayuri looks up from her costume to see me off. When I step into the store, Mr. Brown, Suzuha, and the Chipmunk are watching some comedy show on the massive 42-inch CRT. Watching TV at noon without a customer in sight looks like business as usual at the Brown Tube Workshop.
Sup, Okabe Rintaro?
I raise my hand in response to Suzuha's greeting. The Chipmunk, Nai, quickly hides behind her father when she sees me. I see you're as busy as ever.
I was forcing myself to be cheerful for that last phone call, yeah? I actually feel like I could die, yeah.
Oh. Okabe, buy a CRT.
No thanks. I'm not some kind of retro TV otaku. I'd rather buy an LCD. I look around the store as I answer. Huh. I just thought of something. Like CERN's Large Hadron Collider, the phone wave name subject to change, must have some kind of electron feed to keep the black hole open. CERN calls this feed the lifter. We still haven't figured out what that is, nor what could be acting as a substitute lifter in our time machine. What if our lifter is somewhere in this shop? Whatever it is must be in close proximity to the phone wave name subject to change. It couldn't work otherwise, and the Brown Tube Workshop is located directly below the lab. Could our lifter be a CRT?
You've been having a lot of girls over lately, haven't you?
Just the usual members.
I was over the other day.
Invite me next time, huh? I want to talk to some young girls for a change. What are you talking about?
Was I her?
You voiced her, yes.
Daddy, that's dirty.
No, it isn't. It's, marketing. Yeah, I'm looking for new customers.
Check out this scary-looking guy trying desperately to explain himself to his daughter. Hilarious.
What do you mean for a change? You talk to me every day.
You're not young.
Wow.
Suzuha's the same age as Dado and I, which makes her an ancient hag.
Wow.
Which makes her older than Mayuri or Kurisu.
Did you say something, Okabe Rintaro?
Takes out a knife.
Only the truth.
No, your father is happy as long as he has you, okay? But Papa has needs as well.
Yep, I know. But don't say dirty things anymore, okay?
It's a promise.
Then he joins Pinkies with his daughter. Damn, Mr. Brown, you're way off character. How does a guy like him produce a daughter like that?
Honestly, they look like they could all be related.
Yeah. Nai is one of the kindest, gentlest girls I've ever met. I don't know why she's so afraid of me, though. Not
Maybe all
constantly
the laughter.
cackling, yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I came here to explain what the building's about. I came here to explain that the building's about to shake. How do I avoid having my head ripped off? How many more earthquakes do you think this building can handle? No, that's way too obvious. An earthquake is coming! My magic eye, reading Steiner, has seen it in the future. Escape while you still can. Yeah, that might work.
Hey, did Shina Mayori stay over yesterday?
Yeah?
So, Makisa Kurisu stayed too.
Yeah, they're both upstairs.
Oh,
Suzuha's hostility towards Kurisu hasn't abated. And how are you doing?
huh?
Are you feeling better?
Oh, yeah, I guess. The search continues.
What's this about, part-timer?
I'm searching for my dad. I told you before, remember?
Alright, go find her old man, Okabe.
Why does he think he can boss me around? Naturally. Suzuha is a fellow lab member. Leave it to us.
Wait, what if this guy is her dad?
Maybe. Suzuha looks at me with a smile that shines through the gloom, filling the store.
I mean, she seems like I don't know, I don't remember, does she know what he looks like or what his name is?
I can't recall if she's mentioned that or not.
Okabe Rintaru. We're the same age, but sometimes you seem a lot older. You certainly look it. You really know how to give people strength.
Yep.
That's the first time anyone said that to me. It makes me kind of happy. Of course, I'm the great Hyoin Kyoma. The chipmunk cowers in terror as I unveil my madness. I can see tears pooling in her eyes. I guess my aura is just too powerful for a grade school girl to endure.
Okabe, next time you scare Nai, I'll kill ya.
Sorry.
Come here a sec.
Suzuha takes my arm and leads me away from the Tenojis, who have gone back to watching TV.
I just wanted to say, be circumspect in your dealings with Makise Kurisu.
What? Circumspect? Why can't you just say careful like a normal person?
Right?
Not that I'm one to talk. This again. Aren't you just being paranoid? Suzuha shakes her head firmly.
No. Her perniciousness has been proving.
Perniciousness? Is she saying Kurisu is dangerous? There's something strange about the way Suzuha is talking, and it's not just her fondness for uncommon words. There's something else, something...
Her genius is a threat. At heart, she only cares about her experiments.
Suzuha's eyes are hard, and her voice is as cold as ice. I can tell that she means every word she says.
Listen to me. She's using you all. Makisu Kurisu is connected to CERN.
What? No, that's impossible. CERN is our enemy. If Daru's hacking is discovered, I have no doubt they will do everything in their power to destroy us. How can Kurisu be connected to CERN? You're saying she's a spy? Suzuha nods firmly.
The credit for inventing the time machine was hers.
Again, Suzuha's words sound strange to my ears, but I still can't place my finger on why.
Don't let your guard down.
I don't believe it. I saw Kurisu's anger when she learned what CERN had been doing. She called their actions a betrayal of scientists everywhere. How can someone with such a pure love of science be connected to CERN? But if what Suzuha says is true, could she be the one who sent that threatening email? I suspected Moeka, but... Suddenly, the ground starts to shake. Kurisu started the experiment? But I haven't talked to Mr. Brown yet! Damn, it's too soon!
Okabe!
Sure enough, veins on Mr. Brown's forehead swell in response to the shaking.
How many times do I have to tell you not to shake the building? Cute girls or no, I ain't letting you off. Your rent's going up.
Wait, Mr. Brown, this isn't our doing! It's an earthquake! My magic eye, reading Steiner, predicted this would happen!
Bruh. An earthquake? You think I'll fall for that?
The shaking gets more intense, knocking over a CRT.
Braun Tube-chan, no!
No, it's the second death. Crap. I can't talk my way out of this one.
Okabe, you bastard.
Mr. Brown clearly wants to snap my leg like a twig, but he elects to protect his greatest treasure, the 42-inch CRT instead. He grabs the remote and switches it off, then grabs hold of the TV and hangs on for dear life.
I mean, that's a lot of damage they're doing to the building, so...
I can't blame him.
Yeah.
And if, like, the floor collapses, it's gonna destroy all of those TVs.
Yep.
Is it over?
Looks like it.
Wait. It's over? I carefully step through the rubble and take the remote from the dazed Mr. Brown's hand. I press the red power button.
It was an actual earthquake this time.
The 42-inch CRT instantly comes to life. I stare at the image on the screen and smile.
What's wrong?
Oh, that's a nice touch. The daughter went and hid.
I've done it! I've done it! This is the lifter! It's so obvious. Why didn't I see it before? Of course. This must be the work of Steins' gate. It chose this moment for a reason.
What the hell are you laughing about, Okabe? You're scaring my daughter. I'm raising your rent, you hear? And you're paying for that CRT.
A little silence, please, Mr. Brown. This is the most glorious moment, for I have been chosen as the ruler of all space and time.
What do you expect, you fool?
Stars explode behind my eyes as Mr. Brown drives his fist into the top of my head. The world spins. I struggle to get a hold of my shaking brain. You dare lay hands on the grate.
Got something to say?
Well then, Mr. Brown, put it on my tab. With that, I fly out of the workshop. I rub my head. It hurts like hell. Damn that Mr. Brown. Did he really have to crack me so hard?
Also, if she did a typical back in time experiment, then why didn't his reading Steiner kick in?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I should report him for assault. Thanks to his brutality. I think maybe she was trying to, but since he turned off the TV, it cut off the experiment. I think that's what they're implying there.
Yeah.
Thanks to his brutality, I had to make a strategic retreat. Fortunately, I did not emerge empty-handed. The extra 10,000 yen a month will hurt, but in exchange, I have acquired information essential to the success of my plan. All's well that ends well. I wonder if that's also why it wouldn't, they had that time period, that very specific time period of when it would work, since he was probably out of the shop and the TV would have been turned off.
Yeah.
Oh? What was that sound?
Oh, it's just telling you that Grandma's games are available.
Oh.
What a kind grandma to share her games with you.
Yeah. She has so many, and she likes shooting things very much.
Ocarine, the building just shook. Are you okay?
Mayuri and Kurisu appear in the second-story window.
Looks like you really are unkillable.
I have seen the future, Christina. In 3 minutes, you will be on your knees praising my greatness.
I don't think so.
I run up the stairs.
How could you miss something so obvious?
When I tell Kurisu about the 42-inch CRT downstairs, that is her first reaction. Why are you blaming me?
I'm not blaming you. I'm just disappointed that nobody, including myself, noticed.
We missed the forest for the trees. To summarize, just now, when the phone wave name subject to change shook the building, the 42-inch CRT was on. But when Mr. Brown turned the TV off, the shaking stopped immediately.
The discharge was interrupted. I put a banana in just to be sure. Nothing happened. Spare the banana!
Finally, Banana gets to live.
I'm glad. We shouldn't waste food.
Nobody replies to Mayuri's off-point statement. We're busy reading about cathode ray tubes on the internet. It doesn't take long before we find something interesting. A cathode ray tube has a component called an electron gun, which uses extreme heat and a strong electric field to accelerate electrons and turn them into a beam.
Electric field, the area where an electric force has influence. For example, rubbing a balloon and putting it close to your head makes your hair rise due to the influence of the resulting static electric field.
The electron beam striking the TV screen's phosphor layer is what generates the picture. An electron gun could certainly work as a lifter.
We found the answer.
And with that, we will go ahead and end the stream right here. With that mystery
Perfect.
finally solved.
Yeah.
So what have you got coming up both on your YouTube channel, Binks?
I've just been playing Coffee Talk 2 and Investigations 2, and maybe I have another project in the works, but it's not coming out yet.
Alrighty. As for myself, later today at 8 p.m. EST, I will be continuing Ghost Trick with Buttons and Moon. As for what's coming up next week, as usual, on Wednesday, it will be Final Fantasy IV over on Leaf's Twitch channel. Then on Friday at 8 p.m. EST, it will be Resident Evil 2 over on Buttons channel. Saturday at 8 p.m. EST on my Twitch channel, it will be Animorphs, which is we are reading the series in order to raise money for the Trevor Project. If you go over to my Twitch channel, you will see that the donate button is right there. So even if we're not streaming, you can donate to that at any time. It works with a Twitch integration, so the money gets sent directly to the charity. So, none of it goes to me or Twitch. If you are unaware, the Trevor Project is an organization that helps LGBTQ youths who are in dangerous situations. And then on Sunday, once again, we'll start 1 p.m. EST here with Steins Gate, and at 8 p.m. EST, Ghost Trick. Hopefully this coming week, we will also be starting something that we are doing in the Discord channel, where I will be doing a stream of the original Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam. So that will probably be Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. EST. If that is something that interests you, please, by all means, you are welcome to join the Discord. There is an invite right in the description. But that was fun, and I hope that everyone has a lovely time zone wherever you are. Take care.